Hey, Jonathan here, and I noticed some people in the Give It Challenge were just getting started in parkour. So I want to give you the workouts that we recommend, just some basic exercises that we recommend for getting started in parkour. And these are the exercises that we have in our crash course for people just getting started. So with parkour, our body's making specific shapes. We're making these certain shapes all the time with like most of the movements. So what these exercises are going to do is going to help build our body's strength for these movements, the coordination for these movements, and also the flexibility and mobility to get into these movements and build these shapes with our body. Because a lot of the movements involve the same type of shapes with the body, and so these exercises are going to help you make those connections. Alright, so the first exercise I'm going to talk about is quadrupedal movement, and this is where we're going to be on all fours. And quadrupedal movement's great because with pretty much every movement that we're doing in parkour, we're using this quadrupedal reciprocating motion, meaning when we lift one leg, we're moving the opposite arm. So like the quadrupedal movement will start on all fours. You can get into a basic push-up position and then pull the knees up a little bit. So we're into this position right here. And basically what we want to do is walk forward using reciprocating motion. So that means we're going to lift our left leg and lift our right arm at the same time and walk forward and walk back like this. Now to start off, this might be a little hard to get the coordination down, so we can start on all fours and just simply stay in place and lift up like so, move like this. So we're just getting that basic coordination down. This also helps with the strength too. And then once we get down with that, we can move up here, go in place, and then we can start moving forward and backward, going side to side, things like this. The other side of this coin of quadrupedal movement is where we're going to turn on the opposite side. So the first one, we're on all fours like so. Now we're going to switch. So we're going to be on all fours, but with our stomach facing the air, or the ceiling. And we're going to be doing the same thing. So reciprocating motion as we step forward and step back. We can go side to side as well. And again, to start off, if we're just getting started, we can put our butt on the ground and just work on lifting the opposites like so, just to build that coordination. And then we can lift up, just start in a stationary position. So we're here, just building those coordination, and then we can do, again, doing stepping like so. The next exercise I'm going to give you is called a butt scoot. We picked this one up from the Yamakasi with Chau Belle and Laurent Piemontesi, and they taught us these exercises. But the butt scoot looks like this. We're going to be scooting on our butt like this, really working on building up the core and this upper body right here, which in parkour we're going to be doing a lot of vaults where we need this core strength, such as with the dash, where we're dashing through something. We're using this core movement, so that's where this comes in. And so to build up this movement, we can start just on our butt like so and use our heels and our hands at the same time to go through this movement. And so what we want to do is have our hands facing forward. Try to keep the back straight. We don't want to be hunched over. We want to have good posture. And we're going to straighten with the arms and push up with the hips as we use our legs to scoot forward. Scoot forward, we can go side to side like so. Once we get down with this, remove one leg, so that way we can add a little more resistance. So we're here, go back, and then once we get that down, then we bring the legs up completely, and we're doing full lifts. And if you get that one down really well, you can add a little more coordination into it, where we straighten one leg and go like this. So you're here. The next exercise we're going to do is called the carry through. And this one, again, is great for building mobility, especially with the shoulders and all these joints right here. And it's really good for building core strength and stabilization, which is really a key for a lot of the vaults and things we're going to be doing in parkour. So we're going to start in a push-up position, like so. Try to keep the back straight, arms straight here. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly walk our feet up through our arms like so. So we're really building this mobility right here, and go all the way forward until we can extend like so. Straighten, hold for just a second, and then come back through. So we're building a lot of mobility and flexibility to these joints. Now this is going to be really tough at first. So what we can do is find something to elevate our hands. So we can get books, we can get yoga blocks, 2 parallel bars. That way we can raise ourselves up, so it's a lot easier to pull the legs through. And then as you keep doing it, this mobility and flexibility will get a lot better. And this is what's going to be extremely key for pretty much all the vaults that we're going to be doing, especially with the Kong wall, where this flexibility through here is really important to go through. The next exercise I have for you is called the third world squat. Pick this up from Ryan Ford with Apex Movement. This one's a really great exercise for building the mobility and flexibility through here. If we get this down to where we can build this flexibility and mobility, we're going to be able to jump higher. We're going to be able to land further precisions, because having that increased mobility and flexibility is going to allow us to get a higher jump and also get deeper into our squat. So this is what it looks like. We'll be standing with our legs shoulder width apart, hands in front. We're going to go down slowly into a squat. So we're going to lean, push back with the hips, try to keep the back straight. We go all the way down as low as we can, and we want to try to go until our calves and our hamstrings are touching like so, and we can just rest here. This is why it's called a third world squat, because in third world countries they're usually squatting like this. And then just slowly raise back up. And if we can't go all the way down, just go down as far as you can. So we're gonna here, if you can only go this far before you feel like you're falling backwards, just go there and come back up. And just slowly go down deeper and deeper as you get better. Also, as we're doing this, we want to make sure to keep the feet flat on the ground. So we're not going to raise onto the balls of the feet. We're keeping the heels flat. We don't want the knees or the hips to go forward that much. We want the knees to pretty much stay here, be aligned with the toes like so, and keep those heels down flat. Now once we get better with this, we can do 2 things to make it a little bit harder and increase that mobility and flexibility. We can pull the legs closer together, so that makes it harder, and we can also raise the arms up like so, keep them above head and go up. So that way we're really increasing that mobility and flexibility in that movement. The next exercise, we're going to work on the inverted strength, so that means we're going to be upside down and working on that handstand. So a good way to build into this is to have a wall like so, so that way we can slowly build into this without the risk of falling over. And an easy way to do this is to walk our feet up a wall like so. So what we want to do is lock out the joints here. So we want to lock out the elbows and the shoulders. So that way we're not having to use as much strength. And then we're going to slowly walk our feet up until we feel comfortable. If this is too uncomfortable, then we can drop back down and just work on the strength by holding here, by bending forward and using the strength right here, kind of going up on the toes, getting used to that balance. We can also do a frog pose to start off with, just to work on that balance. But once we get comfortable with that, we can start walking up the wall until we can go all the way up. Hold like so. And then we can start kicking away from the wall if we want, slightly. This is going to really help with, one, getting used to being upside down, and also with the handstand strength, which is what we're going to be using for a lot of different movements in parkour. So it's a really good base of strength to get down. For the final exercise, we're going to be doing a pull-up. And this strength is going to help a lot with climbing up walls. This is crucial to be able to do that efficiently and do it fast. So that's why we're going to work on pull-ups. Now, if we're just getting started with pull-ups, they can be pretty tough. So it's an easy way to start building into the pull-up is finding a low bar like this. And we're going to get underneath the bar like so. And what we can do is extend our legs out like this and just do the pull-up motion, but at an angle like so. So we can slowly start to build that strength. Now, if this is still a little too hard, pull your legs up like so to give yourself less resistance. So you can go like so. And then you can extend your legs out. Then once you start moving up to a regular bar, what we're going to do is you can do negatives if you're having trouble. So that means you're going to jump up into the pull-up position and then lower yourself down slowly. You can also use things like a chair to put one leg on, so that way you can have your foot up on a chair and use that to assist you. You you can get bands that you wrap around the bar that you can use to help assist you as well. So you just want to find things like that to help you build into that push-up. And once you get 1 to 2 down, not push-up, pull-up. Once you get 1 to 2 down, then you can start progressing from there. Now with the pull-up, we're gonna have our hands on the bar with our palms facing forward like so, wrapping around. And the reason why we're gonna do this is because when we're climbing up buildings and stuff like that, our hands are gonna be on the ledge like so. So we wanna build that strength. Also, just some extra pointers. You're gonna wanna keep your elbows nice and tight, close to the chest, so that way you have good alignment during the pull-up. So those are the solid 6 exercises I have for you for getting started in parkour. And you might be wondering, well, if I'm just getting started, shouldn't I be learning like the moves and stuff? Well, we're gonna wanna build the base first. Building this base of strength is gonna make learning the moves a lot easier. It's gonna help you with not getting injured, and it's also going to enable you to last longer in parkour if you have that base of strength. So what you're gonna find is by doing these exercises and being consistent with them, you're gonna be able to go out and train new moves, and you're gonna be able to pick them up a lot faster, and they're just gonna click a lot easier because you've built the basic coordination, you've built the base of strength to allow you to do that. So I wanted to give this video to you in the Give It Challenge, and also just throw this up onto the YouTube channel as well, because I think it's really good content. If you haven't signed up for the Give It Challenge yet, you still have until February 17th, 2015 to do that, and you can find a link for that in the description. Now, if you enjoyed these workouts, I took them from our crash course into parkour, and that's where you can get a full schedule and also get tutorials over the basic movements and stuff like that. So if you want to check out more about that course, you can find that link in the description as well. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Train safe, and I will see you in the next video.